My girlfriend once declared, "If your relatives don't approve of me, that's on them." After she kept giving my mother that dismissive eye roll throughout the evening, I agreed with her. Then I fixed the issue in a manner that left her wishing she'd never joined us for that meal. What I placed on her dish. My girlfriend gave my mom that third eye roll within the hour. I caught it from my seat opposite them. That drawn-out, intentional flick of the eyes that conveyed volumes without a single word. My mother was halfway through describing her backyard plants. Nothing provocative, simply her tomatoes. And Jessica just remained there wearing an expression as if she were enduring agony. I'm Ryan. I'm 33. I've dated Jessica for 2 years. She's 29, employed at a tech startup, handling app-related tasks, earning a good salary. More than mine, which she hints at in subtle digs. I own a lawn care business. Launched it 5 years back. It's thriving. Not wealthy, but stable. We'd discussed sharing a home. That's the reason for this gathering. My parents wished to learn more about her prior to that commitment. Seemed reasonable to me. My relatives are close-knit. Mom, Dad, my little sister Claire, 26, and my big brother Mike, 35, with a pair of youngsters. We hold monthly Sunday meals. Nothing extravagant, purely relatives. Jessica had attended a few of these before. She stayed courteous enough, but I sensed she found them dull. She'd commented during the drive back last occasion. Do they constantly discuss identical topics? It's like reliving the same day. I chuckled and brushed it aside. Explained that's typical for relatives. But this evening stood apart. This time she made no effort to conceal it. The fourth eye roll occurred when my father inquired about her career. He showed true curiosity. My dad's that type. Poses queries. Aims to grasp people's occupations. Jessica offered him a patronizing breakdown, as though addressing a kid. It's quite complex. You likely wouldn't comprehend it. My father simply nodded and returned to his beef roast. My sister Claire gave me a glance. The sort that implied, "Are you witnessing this?" I definitely was. Then arrived the instant that altered it all. My mother served dessert. Homemade apple pie. She prepares pie for every Sunday meal. It's her specialty. She took pride in this batch. Noted she'd picked apples from the neighbor's tree. Jessica eyed the pie, then my mom, and stated, "I'm avoiding carbs these days." Monitoring my shape. She tapped her belly. But appreciate it nonetheless. My mother's expression dropped briefly before she composed herself. "Oh, no worries, dear. Extra for the rest of us." Jessica bent toward me and murmured, audibly for all, "Does she perpetually force food like this?" Somewhat manipulative. The room fell silent. My brother Mike set down his utensil. Claire's gaze widened. My father cleared his windpipe. I stared at Jessica, truly examined her, and a realization struck. This wasn't anxiety. This wasn't unease. This was her true self. This was her view of my relatives, as inferior to her. "Can we speak privately?" I asked. "In the cooking area." We entered the kitchen. I shut the door. "What's wrong with you this evening?" I maintained a hushed tone. "What are you referring to?" She folded her arms. "You've eye-rolled my mother repeatedly all night. You treated my father rudely. And that remark on the pie? Totally inappropriate." She lifted her shoulders. "I'm simply truthful. If your relatives dislike me, that's their issue." There it stood. Plain as daylight. No regret. Not even recognition of her discourtesy. Merely a shrug and rejection. "You're correct," I responded. She appeared taken aback. "I am? Yes. If my relatives dislike you, that is their issue. And I'll resolve it for them immediately." I returned to the eating area. All heads turned. "Apologies, folks. Jessica isn't well. I'll drive her back." Jessica trailed me, puzzled. "I feel okay. What's going on?" I seized my keys. "Time to go." We reached the vehicle. She stayed silent until midway to her flat. Then she began. "That was humiliating. You portrayed me as the wrongdoer. You were the wrongdoer. You showed immense rudeness to my whole family." "Oh please, I did not. You're overly touchy. They're overly touchy. You eye-rolled my mother 4 times. I tallied them. You belittled my father. You mocked my mother's pie. And then declared, if they dislike you, it's their issue." "It is their issue." Her volume rose. "I won't pretend to be different to win over your relatives. If they can't take me as I am, perhaps we shouldn't continue." I stopped at her building, shifted to park, gazed at her. "You're correct once more. Perhaps we shouldn't continue." Her expression shifted. "Hold on, what?" "It's over. I won't date someone who insults my relatives, particularly my mother. Feel free to view Sunday meals as dull, but you can't act like they're below you. You're ending us? Because of one meal? No. I'm ending us since you revealed your true nature, and I dislike it. She remained seated, jaw dropped, then fury emerged. Okay, guess what? Your relatives are dull. Your mother is manipulative. Your father poses idiotic queries. And you? You're just a lawn guy. I was compromising. You ought to feel lucky someone like me considered you. I grinned, truly grinned, as she verified it all. Exit my vehicle. Pardon me? Exit. We're at your spot. This ends here. She snatched her bag and banged the door. I observed her rush into her complex. Then I headed back to my parents' place. Everyone lingered, tidying up. They all gazed as I entered. All right? My mother inquired. It is now, I replied. We split. My father nodded gradually. Likely wise, son. Regretful. My mother said. I didn't intend to spark trouble. You sparked nothing, Mom. She did. You prepared a lovely meal and she showed disrespect. That's her fault, not yours. Claire embraced me. She was terrible, Ryan. I aimed to offer her benefit, but wow. Mike patted my back. You chose correctly. Relatives come first. I lingered another hour. Enjoyed a slice of that apple pie. It was flawless. My mother appeared eased. She'd carried stress all evening that I hadn't wholly seen until it vanished. Upon reaching home, my phone exploded. 20 messages from Jessica. They began contrite and escalated in rage. Regrets. I felt anxious. Can we discuss? You're absurd? Your relatives are dull though. Reply. You'll regret this. Unbelievable you're picking them over me. I blocked her contact and slept. The following day at the job, an unknown caller rang. I picked up. Ryan? It was Melissa, Jessica's closest pal. What do you need, Melissa? Jess is distraught. She claims you ended it without cause. That's inaccurate. I ended it due to her disrespect toward my relatives. She insists she was authentic. She needn't feign enjoyment of dull family meals. Then she needn't date one who prioritizes relatives. We're mismatched. Plainly, you're acting cruelly. Melissa, your opinion means nothing to me. Instruct Jessica to cease using others to contact me. We're finished. I disconnected. In the following week, Jessica attempted all tactics. She appeared at my job site twice. First occasion, I was building a barrier wall for a customer. She arrived in her car and stepped out, shoes mired in soil. Ryan, we must converse. No, I'm occupied. You can't terminate a 2-year bond over one error. It wasn't one error. It was ongoing. I merely noticed finally. Now depart. You're on customer land. She scanned my team, all observing, felt ashamed and departed. Second visit, she carried coffee. As if that mended it. I was consulting a customer, estimating a patio layout. She approached and disrupted. I fetched your preferred coffee. The customer seemed uneasy. I rose. Jessica, depart. Mid-meeting. Just listen. 5 minutes. No. Depart or police for intrusion. She exited, but not without informing my customer he's utterly irrational. I treated his relatives kindly. Post-departure, the customer eyed me. Former girlfriend? Yes. Enough said. Been in those shoes. We completed the meeting. I secured the contract. 2 weeks after split, my sister phoned. Check Jessica's online posts. I'd blocked her everywhere, but Claire forwarded captures. Jessica shared a lengthy tirade on dating a guy who prioritized his mother over his partner and how certain males fail to mature and sever ties. She labeled me childish, claimed I held an unnatural bond with my relatives, and that she evaded disaster. Comments divided. Half backed her, half criticized. Someone, via a shared acquaintance, posted, "Weren't you eye-rolling his mom repeatedly and mocking her food? That's not mother preference. That's basic courtesy." Jessica replied. She acted manipulatively, and I highlighted it. I won't grovel simply because she's his mom. I avoided all. No interaction. Allowed her online outburst as I progressed. 3 weeks after, I was at a pub with Mike and buddies. Viewing a match, enjoying. Jessica entered with Melissa and others. She spotted me instantly. I saw her debating approach. She did. Ryan. Hello. She aimed for nonchalance. Jessica. Have you been? Fine. She paused for my addition. I offered none. Just resumed the match. Can we speak? Perhaps outdoors? No need. I believe we parted poorly. I seek to resolve. Eyed her. Truly viewed her. She appeared weary. The assurance faded. She seemed diminished. Resolution is here, I stated. You insulted my relatives. I terminated the bond. End of story. Nothing further. I had an off day. I regret my actions. You're correct. You do regret. But you acted. Then reinforced it. And shared online. So no interest in resolution. We're finished. Please cease contact. She lingered a moment, then rejoined her group. I saw whispers and glances. I remained indifferent. Mike leaned in. Harsh but just, yes, I agreed. Just. A month later, mutual acquaintances reported Jessica claiming I was domineering and she fled before isolation from her circle. The narrative flipped entirely. Now I was the antagonist. The man demanding family adoration. The man unable to tolerate a confident, self-reliant woman. I offered no rebuttals. No defenses. Those who counted knew reality. My relatives knew. True friends knew. Others could believe as they wished. Then an intriguing event. I attended a local business mixer, networking. A woman, mid-30s, polished, approached. Are you Ryan, the lawn expert? Indeed. I'm Amy. I manage properties. Heard of your services from my client. Also learned you're newly single. I chuckled. News spreads quickly. Tight community, she noted. Also saw your former's intense online claims about you. Just noting I know her. College mates and none shocks me. She's long held that superior attitude. Appreciate the insight, but I'm fine. That chapter closed. Good. She's perpetually theatrical. Anyway, I require lawn work. For sites. Interested? We swapped details. I secured a deal worth roughly $40,000 annually. All from attending that mixer. 2 months after, Jessica rang from a fresh number. I knew her tone at once. Before hanging, hear me. I disconnected. She redialed. I blocked. Another number. Ryan, regrets. Aired. On all counts. I realize now. I felt insecure, vented on your relatives. I long for you. Can we restart? No. Why? Folks air. I've regretted. You regretted post 2 months slandering me. Post job intrusions. Post online falsehoods. That's not true remorse. That's sorrow I didn't return begging. Unfair. Entirely fair. You displayed your essence. Repeatedly. I trust that. And reject it in my world. So ends here? 2 years discarded? You discarded it. When insulting my mom. When calling my relatives dull. When saying I should thank you for the opportunity. You terminated Jessica. I formalized it. I disconnected and blocked again. 3 months later my mom rang. Dear, brace yourself. Jessica's mother contacted me. What? Reason? She aimed to regret her child's actions. Said Jessica struggled and confessed the evening's truth. She feels awful. Inquired if reconciliation possible. Your response? I said that's yours and Jessica's call. But valued the regret. She appeared deeply apologetic. Claimed she raised her better. Kind of her. But no possibility. Expected. Just informing. Also, Jessica recently jobless. Attitude clash with colleagues. I felt neither joy nor pity. Consequences follow actions. She disrespected my relatives. Evidently, that demeanor spanned her life. For months after, I encountered Jessica at the market. Nearly collided carts rounding an aisle. Oh, hello, she said. Hello. We stood awkwardly. You appear well, she noted. Thanks. Regrets. For all. Truly. All right. That's your only response? What do you seek, Jessica? Unsure. Forgiveness? Friendship, perhaps? I hold no grudge. But no friendship. Your actions revealed character. I want none of it near me. Her eyes moistened. One error. No. You chose. Chose disrespect. Chose reinforcement when confronted. Chose online trashing. Not errors. Choices. I'm choosing too. Advance sans you. I departed. Left her in the vegetables. That occurred 6 months back. No contact since. My existence peaceful. Business excellent. Amy's property deal sparked 3 additional commercial accounts. Eyeing expansion. Adding staff. I've dated a new for a month. Her name's Lisa. Educator. Met at a pal's cookout. She's compassionate, humorous, courteous. Last week introduced her to Sunday meal. She adored my mom's fare. Assisted clearing. Queried my dad's golf. Engaged my nieces. She blended seamlessly. Effortless. No eye rolls. No superiority. Pure sincerity. Post-meal, my mom drew me aside as Lisa played games with Claire. I approve, my mom said. Solid individual. Yes. You merit one who values you and relatives. Glad you avoided compromise. I embraced my mom. Same. The core of that evening with Jessica. The ending night, transcended eye rolls or pie slight. Those were signs. True problem, respect. You can't insult loved ones and expect tolerance. Relatives aren't flawless. Sunday meals may bore some, but they're mine and significant. Jessica forced a choice, her or relatives. She assumed bluff. Assumed I'd yield, regret, accept her ways. Instead, I resolved their issue. I eliminated the disrespect source. Straightforward. What I placed on her dish that night wasn't merely refused pie. It was the bond she discarded. The tomorrow she scorned. The courtesy she ignored. She abandoned it all when eye-rolling my mom. And I ensured she grasped the price. Acquaintances say she claims I selected relatives over her. As if shameful. As if feeble. But truth. I selected relatives. And I'd repeat endlessly. Because the ideal partner avoids forcing choices. The ideal integrates into your relatives. They grasp love means constructing inclusively with key people. Jessica never grasped. Hence her absence and Lisa's presence. Chuckling at my brother's poor humor and aiding my mom with cleanup. Certain issues resolve via departure courage. This did. Last week at parents aiding dad's new patio build. Jessica passed in car, decelerated, eyed the home, proceeded. My dad noticed too. Her? Yes. Farewell. Indeed. We resumed. The patio excelled. Inaugurated that Sunday with family meal. Lisa gifted mom blooms. My mom teared slightly. Joyful ones. That's respect's appearance. That's relative's appearance. And I'm thankful daily for rejecting lesser.